Alan Brown.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's incredible when we have this cost of living crisis. The UK Government has done nothing, and the Chief Secretary didn't give one new Treasury policy earlier on. Yep. Even when there was a chance for Tory backbenchers to vote for a VAT holiday and energy bills, the Brexiteers dutifully voted it down. Now, it's actually, Madam Deputy Speaker, it's only a couple of weeks before Ofgem undertake their review of the energy price cap, and then they're likely to confirm an April increase of about £600, a 50% increase. So there really is limited time for action. And just tinkering at the edges, such as delaying the impact of the £2 billion administration costs from 28 companies going bust, is not enough. Direct government action is needed, and they need to either prevent the cap rising or support those affected by it. Now, actually, in terms of UK Government policies, the Tories have actually already made matters worse for those struggling. A cut in pensions of over £500 a year, the removal of the £20 a week universal credit uplift. This when we're in the midst of the cost of living crisis, with inflation at a 30-year high and household incomes dropping in real terms by up to £1,200. Now, National Energy Action estimate that if the energy cap rises to £2,000, this will lead to 6 million households in fuel poverty, a shocking 33% increase in just a 6-month period. And worse and shamefully, National Energy Action also estimate there are approximately 10,000 premature deaths a year arising from fuel poverty. So how many more premature deaths are going to occur if the government doesn't do something? Now, the only government direct intervention to date in energy has been an allocation of £1.7 billion for the development of Sizewell C. Not content with Hinkley Point C being the most expensive power station in the world, the Tories are determined to create another one. And their own impact assessment, they estimate could cost as much as £63 billion added to our energy bills. Now, Madam Deputy Speaker, if somebody lives in the Highlands, the Scottish Highlands, they're more likely to go off the gas grid. So energy costs them more. And worse, many customers are actually on what's called restricted meters, and they pay around £400 more per annum for their energy due to a 4p surcharge per unit of electricity. So how is this fair that people in the Highlands who export energy to the rest of the UK pay a surcharge for the privilege? And it's time the Scottish Tories stood up for their constituents on that.
Absolutely.
Now, returning to direct intervention, as I've said before, this can be paid by levying a windfall tax on the Treasury. As our energy bills have increased, so has the VAT returns on it. As fuel prices have increased, the Treasury's raked in more money in fuel duty and VAT. And as for North Sea, in the November budget, it was confirmed that this year alone they're going to receive an extra £1.1 billion in oil and gas revenues and £6 billion over the lifetime of the Parliament. So the Treasury should release this money now. It's astounding that the Chief Secretary of the Treasury doesn't seem to understand that 5% of £2,000 is twice the value to the Treasury is 5% of £1,000. Now, by contrast, in Scotland, the Scottish Government are doing their best, operating on a fixed budget with limited borrowing powers. Now, the Scottish Government's child winter heating assistance will support 14,000 families with disabled children with automatic payments of £200 a year. The low-income winter heating assistance will help 400,000 low-income households with £50 every winter instead of the complicated cold weather payments of £25. And for families, there's a game-changing £20 per week child payment. Compare this to the heartless £20 a week universal credit cut. And it's absurd that Scotland's paid £375 billion of oil and gas revenues to the Treasury and it's been squandered and no legacy. Madam Deputy Speaker, we only need to look at Norway to see what a small independent country that's in charge of its own resources can do. And I look forward to Scotland joining them.